In this video, I'm taking boring old LEGO Star Wars sets, throwing away the instructions, and building something completely different. And today, I'm building the best creations I can find on the internet with sets you can buy right now. All of the instructions are linked in the description, so make sure to like the video and leave a comment on which build is your favorite. That way more people can learn about these alternate builds, download the instructions, and support the designers. So let's do this. Our first build today requires my favorite droid, K2SO.
Congratulations, you are being rescued.
It's actually kind of impressive. It didn't break at all. Oh my gosh, his brains! This droid is $90, and a lot of people complained about the shaping of its head. It also doesn't scale very well with the other buildable droids and feels far more serious in comparison. Instead, I think LEGO really needs to up their game on creative playsets. And I'm talking mechs. Not these $16 poopy mechs that fall over and don't even look good. No, I'm talking about a much more creative approach that takes all the same pieces from the K2S security droid and turns them into a playable mech that actually looks dope. And you can fit the included droid inside the chest and close up this thicker dome that can probably withstand a blast or two.
Did you know that wasn't me?
This right here is proof that LEGO Star Wars could be way more interesting with just a bit more creativity and less poopy $16 mechs. Now, K2SO is friends with Cassian Andor, who comes in this U-wing set. I love the U-wing, but I never quite understood the need for this wingspan. I mean, this is incredibly inconvenient. But at least it has these super accurate laser guns on front. The cargo bay on this model is unfortunately small, but we can put these droids inside and at least fly them off to safety. I was expecting it to roll a little bit more. I just went... And with these parts, let's see if we can make a better V19 than this one right here. This model was created with the parts from the ARC 170, but after working on this new model, I have a feeling that these are gonna be actually quite similar. Placing on these engines gives us two mixel joints where we'll connect the wings, and after adding these on, now we can compare the two models side by side. I like how the wings are attached and the fact that these engines also double as landing gear. The studs hold the fin in place, which is a nice detail, but overall, I think I've got to give it to the ARC 170 mod for just being way more accurate, but which one do you like better? Now this one here is the official V19 LEGO set. And with it, we finally got an updated P1 pilot that LEGO just couldn't seem to make a few years ago. We have an updated Asajj Ventress, and an Obi-Wan that almost looks fake, because I'm just not used to seeing this much detail on a Star Wars figure. The build for this is solid, with these larger ball joints holding the wings firmly in place, and it has a solid fin connection for posability in attack mode. There's also a cockpit here for our pilot. But I'm super excited for this next alt build because at $110 for these two V-wings, we can get two pilots, we get our two main characters, and a heck of a vehicle if I've ever seen one. If you haven't guessed it by now, this next build is a Republic Gunship. A Republic one. Not Coruscant, and it's cheaper. This chunky top section gets held in place with two Technic beams, and I'm always astonished at how designers keep coming up with cool ways to reuse parts, and this cockpit connection is just pure gold. But now let's build the engines and the wings. Here's the wing, and it attaches to this engine turbine, which then clamps onto the ball joints, making a really solid connection. We can place in our two pilots, then load up a P1 clone, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme, because these guys are headed to Geonosis.
Good thing those bugs can't aim.
That's right, the Petronaki Arena, a location/battle scene that LEGO still to this day refuses to make. But I have a solution. Sorry lady, I need the parts. It just so happens that this set already retired, so I ended up overspending a little bit, which in hindsight may also not totally be worth it, but look what we're doing here! I can place in Count Dooku overlooking the battle with Poggle, Jango, Boba, let's add in a Magna Guard, we can fit Newt Gunray. Alright, I think we're full up here. There's also a spot to place this Geonosian drone, but the one downfall of the set is that we don't have the pillars. So, let's get some parts. This bag of parts cost me $200, so you're gonna sit there and watch me pour them out in a cool way. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? I found a really cool design on Rebrickable for the little critters in the stadium. Actually, Roger, can you help me out? I need a hand.
Roger.
Actually, I just need a few fingers. Because these are the leg connectors for our first beast, the Acklay. Then, if we take some gray parts, slap them on each side of this little doodad, and on 4 legs and a head with some horns, we get the second creature, which is the Reek. I wonder if he really stinks or something. The third beast is called a Nexu, and I have a bone to pick with this one. Literally, a T-Rex bone, because this little piece is gonna work perfectly for his tail. I even got enough parts to make the Ore, which is the beast that the Geonosians ride to patrol the stadium. These creatures are looking fabulous, but we still need some columns. And to do this, I learned a super interesting technique to create these little fire hydrant looking snots, and as long as you separate them by 2 studs, you can connect plates and tiles across. And this looks so cool. Actually, it kind of looks like dynamite.
Now there are 2 of them.
The top of the pillars go even crazier with this interlocking technique that's topped with a plate for a figure to stand on. I built up these tan cookies for the pillars to stand on, and now we can finally put this all into place and create the epic scene of Anakin and Padme. No, not that one. Anakin and Padme coming to rescue Obi-Wan.
Then we decided to come and rescue you.
Good job.
Not to mention the scene where Padme literally jumps off a column and absorbs 14,442 newtons of force directly to her crotch. Moving on, Obi-Wan finds himself on Utapau with this guy.
Hello there.
We're not actually going to build a T-Rex though, or a pterodactyl, or a triceratops. Instead, we're going to use all of the parts from this Creator 3-in-1 set to make a... what are we doing again? Oh wait, I see it now. It's a thing from Star Wars. This build here uses a super clever, unique technique to combine these 3 parts at an angle, which then forces an illusion of a face with an open mouth. There's even a spot for a rider, so let's place on our Obi-Wan minifigure on top, and I think he's ready to ride. Now, compared to my custom model of Boga, this one is actually not too bad. Obviously, it's a lot larger, but it looks pretty cute. But moving on to our next build, I need to recover a set that I destroyed. We're turning back the page to around 5 BBY so that we can enter the animated world of Star Wars Rebels. This build was such a fresh of breath air. Did she just say fresh of breath air?
God.
What an idiot. Loser. Because LEGO has only ever released this little tutor scooter in a battle pack, and then we got like an armored marauder, which is a completely different vehicle, but still, it's like the closest thing we've ever gotten. Not to mention the fact that this transport has also appeared in The Mandalorian. I just think it's crazy that LEGO hasn't made this type of vehicle yet, because man, this looks so good. The parts used differ from bay to bay, but they all function to either hold troops or cargo. And then there are even seats inside for 4 more and a spot for our driver. The top is almost completely tiled off, and it's even equipped with a rotating turret, and we even have some front guns. This is the $160 Imperial Star Destroyer, which includes 6 minifigures and the 20th anniversary Cal Kestis minifigure worth $50 alone. This set has 1,500 pieces, and when you compare that with the recent MTT and Turbo Tank that's currently sitting in pieces for some reason, you can see how this is already a better value. I mean, look at all these pieces. But I haven't told you what we're building yet. Any guesses? Well, it may be as similar as it gets to alternate builds. A Venator is a ship that we have not seen in playscale since 2009. Adding on this back section, this is what's going to hold on the wings and the engines. But to support that, we need to use this sus piece. Okay, we're good. With that connected, now we can attach the engine blocks, which come in a couple of different sizes. This build is also going to boast a massive interior, and on the sides here there is a pull-out gunner seat with a spring-loaded missile that perfectly slides right back into place and gets a forced perspective bay door attached to the side. The other side also has a pull-out cargo slot for additional storage. Our top panel features 4 more rotating guns on either side, and both of these 2 big panels get secured to create one big oversized arrowhead. The center is where the command bridge sits, and we have this dual bridge design. But once you see this, you can't unsee it. It does kind of look like the eyes of Jar Jar Binks. Our last panel is this top section, which just sort of rests in place without being connected to anything, but it does notch in place. Now, if we compare this to the official set from 2009, it kind of feels like a modest improvement, just that it's all gray. Considering the compromises, I feel like the shaping is better, and the back section and engines even look really good too. However, there is one flaw, which is the carrying handle that fails to support the weight of its extremely thick trunk. However, I did run into the same issue with another alt build of a Venator using the parts from an ATTE and Ahsoka's shuttle. Both sets still on sale right now, and this combo will also give you enough parts to create a fighter tank and a V-wing, so it's a super cool combo build. It just ends up costing a bit more. Between these two alternate models, I really like the simplicity of the Star Destroyer mod because it's just so easy to assemble, and then you could even later customize the hull with the color scheme of your choice since it's already just all in gray. But let me know in the comments which of these builds was your favorite, make sure to hit the like button, and let me know what you want to see next. In the meantime though, here are 2 videos that YouTube thinks that you might enjoy watching next.